Hi, this podcast is inspired by Michael Singer. He's the author of Untethered Soul and the Surrender Experiment. And I'm not sure what the title is. Maybe we'll go with uh, Michael Singer's Inspiration. We'll go with that as the title of this particular episode. And so I'm just going to read a passage that from a passage from one of his lecture series that resonated with me in a big way. And maybe it will also, resonate with you. And it's a quote, and it's kind of a long quote, but I think you'll get to it. So Michael Singer says during this lecture series, and I'm going to read it: "I'm more interested in what you pray for than who you pray to. What I want is inside of me, and I'm going to work on me to get that. And I would like to have this all the time, regardless of what is going on outside of me. Otherwise, I'm busy trying to control people, places, or things all the time, which is a burden and produces suffering and doesn't work anyway." So when I think about that, and he goes on to say, and that part there really resonated with me, but he goes on to say, if you want love, don't pray for a person, pray for love. If you want to feel peace, don't pray for a person or place, pray for peace. If you want to feel secure in yourself, don't pray for a person to respect or like you or for wealth. Pray to be secure and whole in yourself. And for me, if you want to feel kindness, don't pray for other people to make you feel their kindness. Pray to become kindness and live and treat everyone with kindness. So when I think of that, I'm like, wow, like that to me is just, man, it's taking what is going to make you okay inside, and putting all of it within your control. Like you work on yourself and you experience those things instead of being at the mercy of the external world. And that's in the form of other people or in the form of things. So the best part of my life, when I've experienced the most peace, is not when I try to ask people to help me get this thing. And when I say this thing, with the next promotion or the next job, or help me get more money or any of those things, I was suffered because I had some kind of expectation tied to that. Or when I was in a relationship and I was feeling insecure because my partner said something that I didn't like, or talked to someone that I didn't think they should talk to, or they shared a story in which someone complimented them and I got all closed inside and jealous, because I was expecting them or praying for them to make me feel secure. And I see people, do this all the time is, I'll be happy and fulfilled once I get this promotion or this job or finish my degree. I'll be able to live life again. Or if I make X amount of money, or if this next house sells, whatever the case may be, all of that is dependent on something outside of your control. But how about praying or working toward, I'm going to work on me so that no matter what happens outside or what another person does, I'm going to be okay. And since I've changed my focus or redirected my energy toward that end, oh man, life has been sweeter. Now, will I say it's been easy? No, it hasn't been easy because I had a lot of bad behavior and bad habits to overcome, because up until recently, I had lived my life in a way that it was almost totally dependent on things outside of my control making me happy. I mean, take a ski trip. For me to enjoy a ski trip, something that is supposed to like really help me decompress, to relax, to reset before I go back to my work life or my normal life. If the snow wasn't exactly perfect, then I struggled. Now, I have no control over the weather, or snow or anything like that. But here I am going to assign how I experience a vacation based on something completely out of my control, like the weather or the airlines running on time and there not being any flight delays. With what it takes for flights to be on time, with all the things that have to go right for that to happen, I should be absolutely surprised whenever the plane does land on time for everything that goes into making such a phenomenon actually occur. Like it's amazing the mechanics who have to fix the plane. I mean, to make sure that it's in tip top shape. The pilots who have to be rested and ready to go and at the top of their game for the weather to be cooperative. And then all of the other tens of thousands, possibly of flights that are in the air at the same time, not to mention the other fellow passengers who have to be on time and in their seats ready to go for us to take off on time. All those things need to happen. So it's a miracle that that the flights actually land on time with my bags. Like that's a miracle. But when that doesn't happen, how about working on me in such a way that however, we get there late, flight delayed, bags, no bags, whatever, that I'm okay. And my friends and I just recently had an experience in which the flight was, maybe it's a little behind, but our bags didn't show up. And we accepted that too. So, which is awesome. So I love that. Like, so I'm more interested in what you pray for than who you pray to. So what are you wishing for, hoping for, praying for? Is it things outside of your control? Then if it is, setting your life up and yourself up for a rough patch and quite a few of them. And before you know it, those rough patches become the story of your life. What are you attached to? Is it some new title, some new role? That's tough because you're leaving that in the hands of other people that have to evaluate whether or not, you're going to get that title or that new opportunity. So I have learned to not put it willingly or unconsciously, even unconsciously, to put my happiness, my peacefulness in the hands of another person. Because it's not that they're going to disappoint me. Let's say it's a loved one, a partner, a significant other. It's not that they're going to disappoint me. They're just doing what they do. No, I place these expectations on how they should behave. And when they don't live up to that expectations, I suffer because I'm disappointed because I have given them this impossible task of making me feel loved and secure all the time. No one can live up to that. I can't even do that for myself, let alone someone else being charged with doing that, especially because I'm incredibly fickle. What turns me on today may turn me off tomorrow. And I'm asking them to stay that nimble and to guess what is going to make me happy today based on however I show up. I'm not burdening anyone with that task. And so I'm making a point that what I pray for, what I'm working for, is to continue to eliminate and disappear and become untethered from all the things that are making me want to be dependent on things outside of my control to make me feel whole, peaceful, and fulfilled. And when I do that, I can be happier, experience more joy, be more compassionate and kind, more grateful, and I can better serve those around me. I just want to continue to sprinkle kindness in the world. That's what I want to do. And so I am literally working on that part of me so I can do that. And so the question is, what are you working for? What are you praying for? And not to. I think that will give you some insight on whether or not you're experiencing a lot of joy in your life or a lot of suffering. And for me, sign me up for the joy.